In the media, the legal profession is seen as one of wits, wealth, and glamour, but that's not necessarily the truth. In 2009, the Brain and Research Mind Institute found that one-third of lawyers were suffering from clinical depression. Along with this, they found that lawyers were more reluctant to receive psychological help for mental disorders. Depression, according to the National Institute of Mental Health, is a mental disorder that causes disinterested behaviors in everyday life and feelings of sadness. These feelings of sadness can become overwhelming and then result in feelings of worthlessness that then lead to suicidal tendencies and thoughts. Depression is one of the leading problems affecting legal professionals and lawyers today. This could be caused by many factors involved in the legal profession, such as high work stress levels and financial issues. According to journalist James Wallace, the average number of hours a lawyer works each week is 70. These 70 hours worked each week for a prolonged period of time could be detrimental to an individual's health and cause unnecessary stress. The works that are involved in these 70 hours include meeting with clients and helping them, along with preparing paperwork and documents and completing necessary readings. The American Bar Association says that lawyers often have immense workloads and strict schedules that contribute to unnecessary stress levels. Stress, being one of the leading causes of depression, also causes cognitive difficulties and irritability in the workplace, which is ineffective for a lawyer to complete their work. Practicing law can only be done if the legal professional is properly educated and licensed. This means attending law school. Law school tuition on average costs $23,000 a year. And this does not include undergraduate school, the cost of books, or the cost of living. Ultimately, a lawyer will leave college with $100,000 worth of debt. After this debt, they will most likely contribute to a internship that pays no money or do side work until they can be accepted into a firm. Once they are accepted into a firm, firms pay on something called the billable hour. The billable hour is the hours that your client pays for your services. The billable hour pays for the salary of lawyers, but it pays only that. This means that when lawyers aren't meeting with clients, they aren't being paid. This means that paperwork that's completed, reading that's completed, sitting in on meetings, tasks, traveling, they all aren't paid. So the lawyer depends only on those hours they can bill the client for their overall salary. Their overall salary has to cover their debt, their living expenses, and a restitution that's paid to the firm for other expenses and being a member of that law firm. So ultimately, they have to work harder for their money, which is causing more stress, which is then leading them to depression. Depression could arise from a sense of failure for not making enough money, as well as knowing that you owe another party a substantial amount of money and feeling as though you cannot pay it off. With how heavy the workload is, coupled with unbillable hours, depression is inevitable for a lawyer. The solutions I propose to defeat this depression would be to alleviate some of the work that lawyers have to do that aren't paid for, to get lawyers professional help that has easy access and that's easy for them to talk to and open up to and that can be trusted, and also to educate lawyers about depression. Virtual assistants are legal aid that could help relieve some of the stress for lawyers. Virtual assistants come from a outsourced group, so you don't have to use the paralegals or the legal aids within the firm to complete the work, because those paralegals and legal aids also help other lawyers within the firm and also could be worked out or overworked. So these virtual assistants then take on some of the workload from lawyers at a reasonable rate and help them to get the work done so that they don't have to spend their time doing work that will not be paid for. Along with virtual assistants, I propose that lawyers have on-site psychologists, or psychologists are part of the firm that lawyers can talk to when they are feeling disparaged about their job or disparaged about life. Because in order for them to do their job effectively, they also have to feel comfortable with their job. So psychologists could be available to them to help them release some of their stress and to talk about their problems. Another solution I proposed would be to educate future lawyers who are in law school about depression and the overwhelming aspects of the legal profession in general, helping law students and getting them to start organizing early and to plan early would help to better prepare them for the things that they'll be dealing with in the future in their careers. In conclusion, I think that reduced workloads, psychological help, and better education to lawyers would be the best way to prevent high work stress and financial issues within the workplace and prevent depression. Thank you. Sorry.